Hi friends! This week is the last week of National Poetry Month, and I'm going to be reading different selections from different authors for you this week. Today we're going to do Robert Louis Stevenson.
Bed in summer. In winter I get up at night and dress by yellow candlelight. In summer, quite the other way, I have to go to bed by day. I have to go to bed and see the birds still hopping on the tree, or hear the grown-up people's feet still going past me in the street. And does it not seem hard to you when the sky is clear and blue and I should like so much to play, to have to go to bed by day? The Swing by Robert Louis Stevenson. How do you like to go up in a swing, up in the air so blue? Oh, I do think it's the pleasantest thing ever a child can do. Up in the air and over the wall, till I can see so wide, rivers and trees and cattles all over the countryside, till I look down on the garden green, down on the roof so brown. Up in the air I go flying again, up in the air and down. Foreign Lands. Up into the cherry tree who should climb but little me? I held the trunk with both my hands and looked abroad on foreign lands. I saw the next door garden lie, adorned with flowers, before my eye, and many pleasant places more that I had never seen before. I saw the dimpling river pass and be the sky's blue looking-glass. The dusty roads go up and down with people trampling into town. If I could find a higher tree, farther and farther I should see, to where the grown-up river slips into the sea among the ships, to where the roads on either hand lead onward into fairyland, where all the children dine at 5 and all the playthings come alive. My shadow. I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me, and what can be the use of him is more than I can see. He is very, very like me from the heels up to the head, and I see him jump before me when I jump into my bed. The funniest thing about him is the way he likes to grow. Not at all like proper children, which is always very slow. For sometimes he shoots up taller like an India rubber ball, and he sometimes gets so little that there's none of him at all. He hasn't got a notion of how children ought to play, and can only make a fool of me in every sort of way. He stays so close behind me, he's a coward, you can see. I'd think shame to stick to Nursey as that shadow sticks to me. One morning, very early, before the sun was up, I rose and found the shining dew on every buttercup, but my lazy little shadow, like an errant sleepyhead, had stayed home behind me and was fast asleep in bed. The Land of Counterpane. When I was sick and lay abed, I had 2 pillows at my head, and all my toys beside me lay to keep me happy all the day. And sometimes for an hour or so I watched my leaden soldiers go with different uniforms and drills among the bedclothes through the hills, and sometimes sent my ships in fleets all up and down the sheets, or brought my trees and houses out and planted cities all about. I was the giant great and still that sits upon the pillow hill, and sees before him dale and plain, the pleasant land of Counterpane. Robert Louis Stevenson was born in Scotland in 1850. He was a novelist, travel writer, and poet, who's best known for his novels Treasure Island and The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That's kind of a scary book. Maybe you'll read it when you're older. And his poetry book called A Child's Garden of Verses is also really popular. He died in 1894, a really long time ago. Isn't it amazing that we can read the thoughts that he thought over 200 years ago? Isn't it interesting, even though he lived so long ago, we can still relate to his poems about childhood, even though our childhoods are so different now. But we still climb trees. We still wish we could stay up late in the summer when the sun is out. We still use our imagination and play and think about our shadow. I love how writing lets us know people who came and died before we were even born. It's just wonderful. Thanks for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day.